All right, guys, I just wanted to comment real quick on this Binance lawsuit that is taking the price of Bitcoin down to the very mark that I have been calling for the last 3 months. We'll review that in just a minute. First, let's go over what is actually taking place here in the crypto space. So the SEC randomly and without warning issued news to the media that they were going to perform litigation against Binance. All right. So CZ from Binance responded, "Our team is all standing by, ensuring systems are stable, including withdrawals and deposits. We will issue a response once we see the compliant, I'm sure he meant complaint. Haven't seen it yet. The media gets it, the info before we do." All right, so that's standard process for lately with what the SEC has been doing against crypto. I prefer to look at the SEC as a legalized mafia because that is essentially how they act and what they are. They're sent really to destroy crypto. As you guys know, I've been saying for years, the crypto is the one thing the government has not yet been able to destroy. And because it has been so resistant to government destruction and resilient against the manipulated attacks that have been at the root caused by our government, FTX notwithstanding, Luna notwithstanding, and now we have this, surprise attack against Binance. Again, another attack by the U.S. government trying to take down crypto. But because crypto has been so resilient against these attacks, that is only strengthened my faith in the blockchain and its ability to potentially save the world. I mean, that's how seriously I believe it impacts our future. If it can't hold up to the attacks against it by specifically the U.S. government, then the world is in a heap of trouble going forward. Of course, the whole goal is to implement CBDC without competition. China did this. They banned crypto mining, specifically Bitcoin crypto mining. And then once they had their CBDC, their type of digital currency, enacted, then now they have been a little bit more lenient on crypto again. All right. So the U.S. government is modeling the Chinese way of doing things, as they have been doing with many other things as well. Okay, so now let's take a look at this response. I believe the first tweet by CZ was a good one as well, kind of alleviating a little bit of fear. Our team is all standing by, ensuring systems are stable, including withdrawals and deposits. So you see he's trying to reassure the public that he is doing the best he can after being blindsided by the legalized mafia we call SEC. So then he was able to put out a response, even though he probably has not gotten the complaint yet. Like he said, the media got it first. "We have engaged in extensive good faith discussions to reach the negotiated settlement, but the SEC abandoned that process instead and chose to act unilaterally and litigate." Surprise, surprise. "We stand with digital asset market participants in the U.S. in opposition to the SEC's latest overreach, one of many hundreds, especially against crypto, and we are prepared to fight it to the full extent of the law." All right. So let's look at how this news has affected Bitcoin and how it actually is, in my opinion, so far a bullish occurrence. All right. So you guys know, since we were way back here in March, beginning or mid-March, I have been calling for us to retest this neckline. Specifically, the neckline is right here at 25,200. Now we still may get there, but the market got right into the middle of this whole green area, which is actually the area that I wanted to see us get into. I didn't like just seeing us touch the top of that. I really wanted us to get some good sell pressure and get into that green area. And quite honestly, I'd like to see us build a couple days in that area, a couple days of accumulation. All right. So I think we can remain in this area for the rest of this week. And if we do stay above support, which I consider 25,200, that is a very positive sign. Look to see the bulls retest that all-pervasive, ever-present 30,500 mark once again. Now, the question will then become, after we have established support, well, let's not even get to that point yet. I'll do that in a future video. I mentioned in the past, real quickly, that it's possible we are forming a double top here. We hit this neckline, go do battle again with 30,500. And the unknown is, do we beat that or do we collapse again and come back down? If we collapse, look for us to fill that gap on this CME futures chart at, where is my CME futures chart? Here it is. At 30,000. Let's measure this exactly. The gap here is 20,290, practically 20,000. Look for us to come all the way back down to 20,000 if we are unable to beat 30,500 again. Otherwise, second scenario here, and this I'm fairly certain of. All right, if that 25,200 mark right there where my arrow is pointing does not hold, we'll test that 20,000 target down prior to going back up. All right, so this is very important. This is a very important level. As you know, I've been preaching this area for the last 2 months. So that tells you how significant it is. I'm only ever starting all of these videos out explaining what I'm looking at here and why it's so important. We have to see 25,200 hold, and if it doesn't, 200-day moving average is next, and below that is that gap fill on the CME futures, Bitcoin futures chart at 20,000. One more thing I want to show you here before I jump into what the alts are doing. They're doing also exactly what I was hoping they would do. And I'm saying this is bullish right now. As long as we stay above that 25,200, yes, I'm very bullish. I'm thrilled that we're finally into this neckline area I've been calling for the last 2 months. All right, so I'm going to hide all of my drawings there. We're going to jump to the weekly, and I want to show you, this is also important to watch. It's the 200-week moving average, currently sitting at 26,437. So on the weekly, all right, so we open up another candle here on the weekly. We need to see that candle shoot back above that mark. So that will be next week sometime. Next week, close a business on Friday. We want to see that candle, or whenever the weeklies actually close. Monday, it looks like they close. All right, so this candle will close today below the 200. Next Monday, we need to be back above 26,437. Write that number down. That is very important as well. Now, if we're anywhere close to that, that's good enough. All right. But we don't want to see a weekly candle confirmation close below that 200 weekly again. Otherwise, that's bearish. I become bearish again, and I expect at that point we are going to aim for 20,000. All right, so back to our daily again, and I'm going to unhide all of this. So here's where we are. I want to see some accumulation here. I want to see a couple days in this green area. That's a good sign that we are accumulating. It's a good sign that the 25,200 neckline is holding. And once it does prove itself, our cup and handle pattern here, the target shows us that we're going all the way up to $36,000, $37,000 mark. Somewhere probably hit our heads on this multi-year ascending trend line. I think that comes all the way from 2017 actually. So I don't expect us to break that at least this year, somewhere in the future. All right, back into auto mode here. And that's what I'm looking on Bitcoin. Now, what I was confused about, guys, is when I was looking at the macro picture, I always start with the dollar, and you guys know this, and I'm expecting the dollar to go up to this 105.6 mark, possibly. The VIX, I expect a spike because we're at a multi-year low, or at least a 2-year low. And then I'm seeing the stock market break out, and I'm like, well, then Bitcoin should follow. So that's where I was a little bit confused and thought, well, maybe this is actually these touches here, these two touches of the top of our neckline. Remember, you can have this cup and handle pattern drawn two different ways with two different necklines. This is the ascending neckline, which we touched twice, and then the one that I trusted was the horizontal purple neckline at 25,200. So I thought, well, maybe we just touched the top of that neckline, the market's bullish, and we keep going. I didn't anticipate, of course, nobody can, surprise attacks by our legalized mafia, SEC. And that's what we got. All right. And they hit us hard. However, this is actually, Bitcoin is not doing bad. 5%. I mean, you blindside us with a frivolous, in my opinion, the lawsuit is absolute bullshit because CZ and Binance have been doing everything they can to clarify, to ask questions, to negotiate in good faith, etc., etc. And the SEC just didn't want to do that. They would rather just play dirty and hit us blindside with this lawsuit. All right. Of course, that is tanking the markets at the time. All right. So now I want to visit our altcoins, and look at this. Everything is this is what I was expecting. I didn't know what would get us there when we finally have this news that the SEC is targeting Binance. But look at this. Expected touch 200-day moving average. Boom. Got it. All right. Ethereum. All right. We exited this bullish triangle. I expected us to retest the neckline, and it was. That was back on the 12th of May. So I didn't know if we were going to revisit that or not. Then we broke bullish from this triangle, have now come back down to a test this level at 1774. Looks like we're bouncing from that, and I bet you any money we close above that triangle today. All of this stuff just correlates exactly. LTC, I was surprised to see the strength. I thought I would spend some more time down here at the 200-day moving average, but look at this. We get to revisit that 200-day again. All right, that is great. The more times we can revisit that 200-day moving average and stay above it, the more positive it is for Litecoin, the more bullish it is for Litecoin. And I bet you Litecoin closes above this 50-day moving average today. All right. XRP. All right. I've been saying You know, XRP is acting bullish. We didn't quite break this neckline. Why, guys? I preach this all the time. All right. We have one candle that closed above the neckline, looked like we were going to break. Another candle opened above it, and then boom, back down. So that is not a break. A break is when you have 2 or 3. In crypto, I like to see 3 consecutive candles on the daily open and close above that neckline. That would be a break of that neckline. All right, so we are still forming this right shoulder on this inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I expected us to come down to 48 cents at least to form the right shoulder. Possibly, I said 46 cents. I don't know if we're going to get there yet, but that's where I had my target for the right shoulder, the bottom of the right shoulder here on this inverse head and shoulder pattern. All right, so everything is lining up, guys. This is great news. The SEC might not expect it to, analysts like me to be so positive about their aggression and attack, but I am from a technical standpoint. This is great news. All right, audio, like I said, I have a level here. Look at this. We almost reached that level. I thought we'd come down there first. We built some nice accumulation here above the 200-day moving average. Swung down quickly, almost touched my level here. And now I bet you we go back up and close back above the 200-day moving average. My guess is tomorrow or sometime this week. All right. All bullish, guys. This is great news here. This is a little M pattern. All right. And now I bet the market starts to go back up. Do you see how I am looking at this, guys? All right. We had a break. This is a bullish triangle. 8 out of 10 times we break to the top side. But Cardano, because of this news, broke to the downside. We're now in oversold territory again. Bet you any money in the next day or two we close back into this triangle and then we take off. All right, this is where you start to buy, guys. With big days like this is where you start to buy. So I am saying all this because I am going to start to look at some trades, and you guys know where to find my trades. I've got 20 wins in a row so far. You can find that on my spreadsheet in the links, the comments section, except TradingView, of course. I can't post that. But you can, you guys on TradingView, you know where to follow me if you want to follow these trades. I'm going to put up my social media stuff again. You'll find all of my trades on the website there at studom.us. We've got 20 wins in a row so far, and I'm going to start entering some of these. This is all looking good. I need to see over time, I want to see Bitcoin hang above that 25,200. But once I get a couple days above that, some good accumulation, that's where I start to look into some of these alts. If you're more aggressive, you could start to enter here. All right, I just skimmed past Polkadot and Matic. Again, all correlating. The data all correlates. All right, again, Dot will go back into that triangle. Matic here will close above that secondary support. I'm speaking like I know this, and I don't know this, but I'm quite confident. All right, guys, and I've done this for quite a while. Got a pretty good track record here, especially lately. Wins and technical analysis. So you guys do what you want, but this is just the way I'm looking at it. Solana came back down to touch the top side of that bullish triangle. All right, I have a neckline retest here. I don't know how we get down there. I do know that something about this lawsuit, SEC actually did call out Solana, said it's not a token, it's a security, so maybe there's bad news in the future for Solana. Doggy coin, remember I've been saying the bottom of this triangle is my target. We almost got there. Maybe sometime this week we get there. And what is my time here? All right, gotta go, guys. But I'm telling you, this is great. This is all looking good. And I just posted about sand today. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the update. Stay positive. I see this as very good news. We finally got the expected neckline retest. We entered into that area, and I'm excited about that. So peace, y'all. Have a good day.